Alright, hello Math 1 focus guys. This is going to be Unit 7, Section 3, finding the area of trapezoids and kites. So I'm going to flip it around here. Lesson 7.3 here. So a trapezoid is when you have two sides that are parallel. That's what a trapezoid is. And so if you get stuck, you can always break them into triangles and rectangles and find it's called deconstruct and find the area of the pieces. But I'm going to show you a way that's way easier than the book shows you here. And these two sides that are parallel are called the bases of the trapezoid. These two sides are your bases, right? And so if you just find the average of your base, which you would just add those up and divide by 2, and then multiply by the height. The height is the distance between your two bases. And that's all you have to do to find the area of the trapezoid. So if this base is 18 and this base is 10, 18 plus 10 divided by 2, well, the average is 14. Kind of like if you cut this and flip around and put it on, you basically make this into a rectangle. That's 14 by 12. Anyways, 14 times 12 is 168. So the area of this trapezoid is 168 yards squared. And so here they show how they found the area of the triangle, found the area of the rectangle, found the area of the triangle, and blah, blah, blah. And you get 168. But it's a way more elegant way of when you're finding the area of trapezoid, just to average base times height, and the bases are your sides that are parallel. I'd like you to just do it that way, right? You can do it the other way if you want. I don't care. So like here, this is a parallelogram, or this is a trapezoid because you have two sides that are parallel. This is one base, this is the other base, and then your height is the distance between them. So the area is average base times height. So I add up my bases, divide by 2. That's how you get the average of two numbers. Those add up to 17.5. And here's my long division. Over here I get 8.75 as my average base times height. And then here's my multiplication. Anyways, so the area of this trapezoid is 43.75. And you could have found the area of the rectangle and the area of the triangle, and it would still work out. And then over here, kites. Well, if you just cut this in half, there's one triangle. You have to add up 5 plus 25, so the total base is 30 and the height is 10. So for one triangle, the area is base times height divided by 2. 30 times 10, 30 times 10 divided by 2 is 150, but then I multiply by 2 because this triangle is the same as this triangle, so if you just multiply by 2, so the shortcut is, well, the 2's just cancel, so it's just base times height of just the area of a kite is just the long one times that. It's just this times that, and you just get 300. If you don't get this, just treat them as two different triangles. Find the area of that triangle, and you could find the area of that triangle and add them, or you just find the area of that triangle and double it. And that's what happens when I double it. These cancel, and it's just base just times that. Okay. Anyways, that's how you find areas of a kite. So here we go. So I'm gonna, we're on page 402 and 403. We're gonna do evens here. So here's my notes here. This is a trapezoid. So I wrote the area equals average base times height. If this is 12, that's 12. And so this base is 12 and this base must be 18. So 18 plus 12 divided by 2, that's 30 divided by 2. The average is 15. And then the height is the distance between the two parallel sides. So 15 times 8 is 120. And if I found the area of that rectangle, and I found the area of that triangle, and I add them up, I'm still going to get that answer, all right? And then down here, I did it like this, where I treated that as a triangle, and so the 9 plus 8, so area is base times height divided by 2, but I'm going to multiply by 2 because these two are the same, so those 2's are going to cancel, so this is just 17 times 6, which is 102. Here I did it over here, where I actually just found the area of that top triangle, and I went 17 times 6 divided by 2, and I get 51 is the area of that triangle. Well, if I double it, that'd be the area of the whole thing. So that's how you find the area of a kite. So number 8, I'm going to go area equals average base times height. Now, why don't you hit pause and try and do that yourself? 9 and 5 are the bases. 9 plus 5 divided by 2 times my height is the distance between them. What's the average of 9 and 5? Well, it's going to be 7, isn't it? Isn't it 14 divided by 2 7, or isn't 7 in the middle? So it's just 7 times 6. The area of that trapezoid is going to be 42 inches squared. And you could have found the area of that rectangle, that's 30. And the area of that triangle, if this is 5, this must be 4. And 6 times 4 divided by 2 would be 12. 30 plus 12 is going to be 42. So you're right, and you know you're right. Number 10 here, I'm going to go area equals base times height divided by 2, then times 2. I'm going to kind of shade in the triangle that I'm talking about here, this big thing on the right here. So my base is 8 plus 6, the base is 14, times my height is 8, divided by 2 times 2, those 2's cancel. So it's just going to be 14 times 8 is 112 yards squared. Now if you don't like that, just find the area of that triangle. The base is 14, the height is 8, and you're going to get 56, and then times 2 is going to be 112. All right, last one here. We're going to find the area of this. Again, I'm just going to do on the triangle on the right here. So area is base times height divided by 2, but then I know I'm going to double it, so those are going to cancel. So the base is 30 plus 35 is 65, and the height is, 30 plus 40. The base is 70, sorry. That's 70 long, and this is 35, that's your height. So it's just going to be 70 times 35. And you get 2,450 centimeters squared. Anyways, so there's the evens, there's your guided practice and evens on finding the area of trapezoids and kites. So I'd like you to do the odds, 5 through 11 on, all right? And that'll be in the next video.